This is Link. Some might know him as the hero of time, the hero of win, the hero of legend, but today we shall know him as the hero of being dead! Yup, that's right. We're gonna be playing all Zelda games one after another, and we'll see how fast we can die or get a game over. Ready? Well, subscribe, and let's just jump into it. Time for the classic Legend of Zelda game, the one that started it all, and instead of visiting my friend the old man, I'm just going to find some enemies to defeat me as fast as possible. Thankfully, there's a bunch of enemies just one screen up from where we appear, and by just running into them as fast as possible, I managed to game over myself in less than 10 seconds. Nice! The sequel is a very difficult game, so dying shouldn't be much of a problem. We just have to quickly exit the room we spawn in and then look for some enemies in the big field. It doesn't take very long to run into some blob-looking enemies that are apparently named Bit and Butt, so just run into them a couple times and the deed will be done. And we got it done in less than 30 seconds once more, so I'm quite happy. A Link to the Past is next, and after watching the intro cutscene, we'll have to make our way inside of the castle if we want to find some enemies that will attack us. Thankfully, as soon as we pick up the sword from our dead uncle, we can go to the room down below and this green guard will be ready to game end us in no time. Too bad we had to waste all of that time on the intro cutscene though. Wake up, as it's time for Zelda Link's Awakening on the Game Boy, and normally we have to quickly go to the beach to find our sword after we wake up, but this time I will just look for some enemies to game end me ASAP. I won't have to be searching for long, as these guys here will do the trick just fine. Hey, we got killed in less than 1 minute once again! Let's frickin' go! I always like getting to Ocarina of Time during these challenges, as it's definitely one of the greatest games ever made. Anyways, after watching the very long intro cutscene and leaving Link's house, I remembered the big rock that protects the Kokiri sword, and I think this rock will actually be the perfect thing to game end us for this challenge. It only hurts us by a quarter heart of damage each time, but if you persevere and keep running into it, eventually it will kill you. Majora's Mask also features a very long cutscene that we cannot skip, but the worst is that there's nothing to kill you when you start playing as Link, forcing you to turn into a Deku scrub, which sadly means watching another very long cutscene. Ugh. Once I reached that room with the endless pit, I instinctively jumped into it to lose some hearts, but alas, there's no damage here. What? You can jump 1,000,000 times and it won't ever damage you. After talking with this creepy masked salesman and making my way to Clocktown, I had to look for smart ways to get a game over. That dog over there bites me, but I get no damage. I also tried to drown in here, but once again, no damage. What's up with that? Do I have to go through an entire 3-day cycle in order to get a game over? Is that what the game wants me to do? Well, I actually had to go through the whole kids hide and seek quest to then be able to enter the secret underground passage. And after trying to drown myself once more, for nothing, well, I made my way further inside the tunnel and found a Skulltula! Oh my gosh, yes, this guy will definitely hurt me. And yes, okay, I found my guy. Please, Skulltula, please unalive me right now. 17 minutes? Dang, dude, that's bad. Hopefully, it will be faster to game end ourselves in Oracle of Seasons. After dancing for a while and seeing everyone around me getting destroyed, I will gain control of Link, and then we'll have to make my way to the left a couple times, and this is where I'll meet my friend the Octorok. Let's just bump into him a couple times, and the job will be done. Will Oracle of Ages be as easy? Well, let's just find out right now. Cause one thing's for sure, the intro cutscene is way longer than Oracle of Seasons. I mean, 3 minutes and 33 seconds into ages, I was still watching it. Can we be done with this, please? After about 5 minutes, I got control of Link and quickly made my way to this lake over there. Jumping and drowning in it makes you lose half a heart each time, so after doing it a couple times, I finally managed to get a game over. Yay! So Four Swords on GBA is a multiplayer game, so I had to ask my friend to help me out, and luckily for us, this game features randomly generated levels, and ours started with bombs right next to us. So by giving each other a big explosive hug, we managed to get a game over in less than 30 seconds. Impressive! Okay, I'm playing Wind Waker now, and I'm thinking of just taking fall damage to beat the challenge. After all, this island features a very tall point that allows us to jump down, but sadly, I didn't take fall damage from doing that. So my next idea was to simply drown myself, but as you can see, it takes quite a while. Thankfully, it does do damage, but not that much damage. Like, I had to drown multiple times before actually getting a game over, and this took over 9 minutes! Dang, this was so slow that it made me wonder if actually playing the game would be faster. Let's play through the story and get our outfit and our sword to get into that forest up there. This is where we'll meet the first enemy, and he's pretty bad at hitting us. Anyways, it doesn't really matter, because as you can see, it takes way longer to do all of that than just drowning. Next game, please! So the problem with Four Swords Adventures is that we need to watch a very long cutscene before we actually get to play the game. Thankfully, once we get control of all 4 links, we can just get to the screen quickly and then hug all of our classic enemies. They will get us a game over in no time. Oh yeah, Minish Cap is up! Finding something to defeat us in the intro sequence might prove to be difficult, as we're just enjoying a festival with Zelda, so there are no enemies that are trying to defeat us. Oh, wait a minute, this Deku scrub over there, he just attacked the princess! Please sir, attack me as well! Oh, no damage? Dang, this dude's weak! I guess we're gonna let Vari attack the kingdom and wait for this whole cutscene to be done with. Right after that, let's move down there, and there we go! An enemy! And this one actually hurts us! Yay! Alright, Twilight Princess is next, and I have an idea of a thing that could potentially destroy me real fast. A hornet nest! I tried to climb this tree right away, but for some reason the nest was not there on the first day, forcing us to actually herd all of the goats before we wake up the next day. But there you go, the promised nest has appeared, and all of those hornets will destroy us in no time. Okay, it's time for the Nintendo DS games, starting off with Phantom Hourglass, and right after we skip the intro cutscenes, there's water right in front of us. The good news is that jumping in the water takes away half a heart container, so by jumping 6 times, we can get a quick game over. 37 seconds, that's actually pretty good. Time for the sequel, Spirit Tracks. And right after skipping the first cutscene, we can leave the house and then just head south to find the sea. Once again, let's jump into the water 6 times and Link will be game ended. Heck yeah! Welcome to the world of Skyward Sword, and since this game starts us out on an island in the sky, well, my first idea was to simply jump down to die. But alas, we are saved and we don't take damage doing so. Alright, I guess I'm gonna have to play through the intro for a bit up until I get my practice sword from this chest and then enter this secret cave full of bats. Yeah, let's go my dudes, it's time to attack me. A little bit faster please maybe? Thank you anyways. For The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds, we have to play a bit of the intro sequence before we can actually get a sword, but once we finally get it, we can just move to the graveyard and go hug this enemy over there. A couple of hits is all it takes for us to get our wonderful game over. Time for Triforce Heroes, and in this game, well, before you get to play it, we need to talk to a couple people in the village if we want to get the hero tunic. It's a bit useless, it wastes time, but it's required to play, so yeah, let's just do it. But once we get to the first level, we can solve the first puzzle to then enter this level that contains a bunch of those evil green enemies. Just like in A Link Between Worlds, we can just hug them a couple times and voila, we did it. I know Breath of the Wild is going to be an easy one, because I actually got a whole lot of game overs when playing it. Anyways, after watching the intro cutscene, we'll finally make our way out of the Shrine of Resurrection, and right after the game shows us how big the world is, we'll just dive into it. Yeah, literally. I just dived to my death. That was fast. Tears of the Kingdom starts with us having 1 million heart containers. How will I lose them all? Oh, well, I guess those bats here can actually do the job. It's just going to take quite a while. I think we're gonna have to speed this up or else we'll be there forever. But yeah, it took these guys 7 minutes and 28 seconds to game end me. In fact, I'm actually now wondering if it wouldn't be faster to just play through the intro sequence and skip the cutscenes to then try to throw myself off a cliff like I did in Breath of the Wild. But guess what? The cutscene where Ganondorf comes back to life is actually unskippable? What the heck? Why would you do this to me, video game? This is not cool! Alright, well, if that cutscene brings us above the 7 minutes 28 seconds mark, then that means it is slower and we can disregard this theory. And well, I regained control of Link at the 7 minutes mark, but I couldn't do anything to game over myself during the 28 seconds I had left. So yeah, those bats are still the fastest way to get a game over in Tears of the Kingdom. And now, the latest game in the series, Echoes of Wisdom. Yup, I already did this challenge with the game, I'm not wasting any second. Technically, you play as Zelda in this one, but the intro sequence makes you play as my boy Link. And about a minute into the game, you'll stumble upon this knight enemy here, and every time he hits you, well, you lose 1 heart. Since we have 20 of these, this might take a little while, but not that much. And there we go. We got a game over before even making it to the princess. Epic! Well, we're done. We played all mainline Zelda games, and here are the results. To be honest, most games were pretty fast to clear, and I'm quite satisfied with the results. Thanks a lot for watching the video, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!